Alright. So we're back. I know it's been a minute. It's just been real busy with having to do all the house stuff. We got a ton of people, which is good. They just, as long as they actually make offers and just come through, but it is what it is. So, yeah, it's been a minute. Hello, camera, you good? Good. Okay, now it's fine. That makes sense. Anyways, yeah, so we're back at it with some more Fire Emblem 3 houses. While I was away, I did end up beating the game on my Blue Lions playthrough. And, yeah. I didn't lose anyone, surprisingly. Although, to be fair, the divine pulses or whatever get so abusable later in the game. Like, I think I had up to like 12 uses or so at some points.
A stone? A stone. I do not understand. Yet, as I think of it, the pounding in my chest grows faster still. But is that me? Or is it you?
Thanks for your wonderful insight. So this, as always, it's been a minute, so I kind of gotta remember where we're at here. I did just about everything you could have done in the other file, my Blue Lions playthrough, which I probably should have just actually recorded and put on the YouTube as well. But considering most of that was played in the car while I was waiting for people to check out the place, because I couldn't stay here, right, while they were checking it. I mean, I could have, but I also have to take the animals out, because it turns out a lot of people don't want to see the animals while they're in here, at least not while they're looking at the house. So, I had to take them out, in which case, I would just drive off somewhere and then just sit in the car while I waited for their appointment time to run out and just play some Fire Emblem. And yeah, we ended up beating my Blue Lions playthrough on a hard classic. I do want to try maddening at some point, but that'd probably just be like an off-camera sort of ordeal. Oh, you're not secretly eating cake, are you? I'll take your word for it.
You're getting pretty good at talking through the door, Professor.
It's just a gift at this point, really. You kind of, don't leave me much other choices there, Bernadetta. So, as per usual, we're gonna have to take care of some of the monastery stuff. Which, thankfully, once you get later into the game, it starts to matter a lot less, which is great, because a lot of this running around for lost items and whatnot nonsense, it was okay for a bit, but, like, at some point, it was like, okay, this is a bit much. Always garden. Alright, I've already gardened. I got a fruit of life. Not necessarily sure what that's about, but I'll take it. Here, take my purple flowers, I guess. I'm too poor to get any good predicted yield out of it, so if I'm not gonna get anything good out of it, may as well make it cheap.
It's awful, just awful what happened with the rite of rebirth. The infirmary. Well, it was a mess.
Well, I got myself a
Things
pretty
are
cool
finally
sword
calm
out of
again.
it, so I'll
And
take
so
it.
I've come here to unwind. Let me tell you, I put all of my knowledge to use keeping those kids alive. Still, the truth of it is that when someone faces death for the first time, well, they figure out who they are. They learn if they can do it again. We can't lose them, Professor. Not to battle or
I
to
didn't lose a
cowardice.
single person
You
in
can
my
keep them going,
Blue Lions
and I will
playthrough. Did
too.
I have to use Divine Impulse a few more times than I would have liked to? Yeah. But we didn't lose anybody. I think this would be like a good Fire Emblem to get into, like if it was even your first one or whatnot, because it's still relatively simple. You can make your characters more or less however you want, in which case you're not locked into certain classes and whatnot, which gives you a lot more flexibility than what you would have had. Oh, excuse me. Anyways, but yeah, it gives you a lot more flexibility. It gives you a good idea of all the classes and whatnot.
Why is that fish so...
It's just,
still?
I'd say it's pretty good. It
Wait,
gave me a lot of
is it swimming
genealogy of
sideways?
the Holy War
Perhaps
vibes
it is
to it.
resigned to its woeful fate of being
Once I
plucked
got
from the
farther
water and
into it.
eaten.
I've never played
Professor,
genealogy of the Holy
you were so
War, but I
outgoing
have
with all of the
watched
students. I would like to have more
gameplay.
opportunities to connect with you.
And
I'm certain my
I mean,
brother
I've watched like a
disapproves.
full playthrough of it, so like, I have a general
Why don't
idea
you
of what
help me with
goes
a
on in
favor?
there. And yeah, it felt very much so like that. At least there was like some inspiration drawn from it. I still would want to see a genealogy of the Holy War remake, but this was, I mean, this was good though. I definitely see why it was rated as high as it was.
Oh,
Some of the mechanics are a little confusing, but outside of that, I would still say this is a pretty good Fire Emblem to start off on.
Would you help me out?
Yeah, we're gonna get access to our blacksmith now, are we? I didn't forge a single weapon in my Blue Lions playthrough. I was just always broke. Like, I just could not keep the money on me.
I could use your help.
New merchants? Oh yes, absolutely. As soon as you can get the merchants, get the merchants. Because that's where you can get a lot of renown and whatnot early.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Oh, come to think of it, last month there was something to report, wasn't there? Thanks to you, I hear that everything was resolved. I never realized that bandits had entered. I'm not a great guard after all, am I?
No,
I
no,
hope you
you're
will
not.
forgive me one day.
You were never good throughout any of the playthroughs. Well, we have the gear now that we need in order to start smithing, but I'm just gonna collect everything I can while we're here.
The coffin of Saros in the Holy Mausoleum should have held her remains. Instead, it held the sword of the Creator. What could it mean?
I don't know, you tell me.
some people are unhappy because they don't have the crest they want. And some are unhappy because they have a crest they never asked for.
Thanks for your wisdom there.
So the head of the Western Church holds the title of bishop. That's not as distinguished as an archbishop, such as Lady Rhea, but it still comes with a fair amount of authority. If someone in that position plotted an assassination, I cannot help but think it must have been instigated by some outside force.
You
There
don't
are
say,
bishops in the
Thomas.
Eastern
An
Church as
outside
well,
force,
but
huh?
to speak frankly, they do not have much impact. They are under the influence of both the Archbishop and the Leicester Alliance, so their ability to voice grievances is quite limited.
Alright, thanks for all the lore there, Thomas.
Oh, that man I walked past earlier. That wasn't Lord Rodrigue, was it? House Fraldarius is a powerful, noble family.
I
linked
don't
to the
know if
founding
we've
of
seen
Faris.
Rodrigue yet. We
Lord
might
Rodrigue,
have,
its
actually,
current leader,
considering
is a
he's talking so
magnificent
much
warrior.
about it.
He's known as the Shield of Fargus. A dozen or so years ago, during the northern campaign in Srang, he performed splendidly as the king's right hand. Come to think of it, wasn't there someone from House Fraldarius amongst this year's students?
Maybe? Would I remember it? Absolutely not. Oh yeah,
You
Lord
acquitted yourself
Rodrigue's right
honorably
there.
last month. To think they'd go into the Holy Mausoleum and assault the Goddess Tower. I cannot imagine the Western Church was acting on its own. Someone must have been
You
helping them.
don't say.
As for the masked knight who escaped, his days are numbered. I hope we find him soon, so I can kill him myself.
Yeah, have fun killing the Death Knight. Man, the Death Knight was always a problem.
I am Rodrigue Achille Fraudarius. I bear the great honor of serving as a lord in the kingdom of Fargus. I have come in Margrave Gautier's stead to retrieve their stolen relic. However, as I hear it, a group of students is to attend to this matter. I sincerely hope no harm comes to any
That's
of them.
me. I'm gonna go get that relic. Attempt to, anyways.
I can't believe my own brother is the leader of the bandits. House Gautier is my true home. And his. Please, Professor. He really is one of the worst people I've ever known. But we share the same blood. We're still family.
You could be family and you could have the same blood and whatever, but that doesn't necessarily say that they're family. Only means so much at the end of the day.
Right.
I'm just checking on a look. I'm just checking around, making sure that I didn't miss any lost items. I have a generally better idea of who wants what now, thankfully, so this shouldn't take as long.
If this had something to do with a family conflict, I don't think I could choose a side.
We can't allow a relic to be stolen, though.
Powerful weapon. I want one too. I know relics aren't easy to come by, but I'd still like to get my hands on one.
Well, maybe get good, Casper, and then you won't have to worry about not having one.
This has been my first time to the Kingdom's North.
I forgot we
I
have
hear the
Petra and
people of
Casper in
North
this
are
playthrough.
cold and have much loneliness. Professor, I hear you have worked as a mercenary in the Kingdom. Did you find joy in this? You cannot remember? Is that having possibility? I have amazement.
Thanks for your insight as always, Petra. Really just appreciate it.
I have heard that someone from House Gautier, one of the Kingdom of Fargus's noble families, is causing some sort of commotion.
That he is, and we have to go
A
deal with
complete disgrace to the nobility.
Yeah, you're all about the nobility. You and everyone else. I already gotta deal with all the noble brats because I picked the Black Eagles for this playthrough to do on stream, so you know what? I gotta deal with it now.
Please leave Sylvain alone for the time being. The thing is, the bandits' leader who stole the relic is Sylvain's disinherited older brother.
Hey, he told me. Yeah, you right.
I have a request. Hail, Professor. If I may introduce myself, I am Gilbert. My life has been spent as a dedicated knight. I am to accompany you on your assignment. I may have slowed a step in recent years, but I pledge to you the full extent of my abilities. No, Professor. The pleasure is all mine.
You
I assure
are a fortress knight, if I remember correctly. I never had a fortress knight in my playthrough. I mean, I had him, right? But I didn't, like, actively use him or anything along those lines. I didn't use, like, half the classes in this game. But most of that was just due to the, random requirements, more or less, that they had on them.
Hey there. Come back anytime.
Like, some of the classes, they gatekeep, like, really hard, and then some of them, they kind of just throw at you. Which makes sense for some of them, right? Because some of the classes are, like, extremely strong. Like a Wyvern Lord and whatnot has, like, one of the highest base stats in the game that I saw. Outside of, one, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
Stolen. It's unheard of.
And just last month, the sword of the Creator was almost stolen too.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong,
Also
Cuber.
quite unheard of. What impudence.
For House Gautier to invite us onto their land, they must be desperate. But at least we'll have the stalwart knights ready to stand around and watch us do all the work.
I mean, he's not wrong. We really haven't used their assistant.
Hero's relic to be
No,
spent also.
we already heard this. Nope, we already heard this. Yep, thanks. Get me out of here. I did end up finding a waifu in my Blue Lions playthrough, but not exactly the way I
Professor,
intended it to go.
Don't you think everyone's making too big a fuss over these crests or heroes relics or whatever they're called? How important can that stuff really be?
I don't know, man.
Personally,
It's just...
I don't even care that I don't have a crest. I'll take muscles over crests any day. Heck, I'll take muscles over a hot meal. Actually...
yeah, we get it, Raphael. You're just big, strong man that's got no brains to him. You punch things in the face. It's just what you do.
Aristocrats are fools, allowing their lives to be dictated by their
I
crests.
could agree with that.
Though, I suppose I am much the same in that regard.
You are. Some might say double, considering that you have 2 crests, but...
I thought school life would be peaceful and quiet, with a sprinkle of drama to keep things interesting. But since you arrived, it's been one thing after another. Is that just a coincidence, I wonder?
It never is. Maybe.
What do you mean? I don't like the way you said that. Stop trying to spook me.
You're the one that spooked yourself. I just went along with it.
That reminds me. The Leicester Alliance is governed through roundtable conferences between the 5 most prominent allied dukes, the 5 great lords. First and foremost is Duke Regan, the Alliance's leader.
The Golden
Joining him
Deer
are the heads
seems
of
like
House
an
Goneril, House
interesting
Gloucester, and
class
House
to play
Ardelia.
with.
Lastly, there is the newest addition, Margrave Edmund.
I'm not necessarily...
These
I
5
think the
each
Blue
have
Lions,
voting power in the
honestly, for me,
conferences.
was the best. And you're like,
Before
that's the
House
first
Edmund,
playthrough
it
you
was
totally
House
did so
Daphne that was
far. How
counted
can you
amongst
say
the 5.
that? But,
However, it
like,
is said that the head of
from
that
what I
family
experienced
relinquished their
from the
vote to
other
House
2
Edmund,
classes
which had
being
only
in
recently
that
risen to
class, I felt like the
significance.
Blue Lions had, like, some of the best developed characters, I would say, throughout the game. But then again, I didn't get to see a lot of the others for various
Professor,
reasons.
if you're heading to the kingdom, I would recommend taking a coat. It's chilly, even at this time of year.
You
It
not
also
see what
rains a
I'm
fair bit.
wearing
Don't
right
get
here?
caught out there
I'm
without protection,
plenty
or you're
covered.
sure to catch a cold.
I appreciate you looking out for me and that, but I think I've got this one covered. Oh, Thea, how you doing?
So, you have a crest too, eh, Professor?
Some
Does
might
that
say
mean
the
you're
best
descended
crest.
from nobility? You've certainly got the look for it. I sure do wish there were more nobles like you, Professor. A teacher, a mercenary, and so very mysterious. How could a girl ever get enough?
You tell me. You tell me, Dorothea.
Swinging a sword about in the Holy Mausoleum? The potential for damage is too great to imagine.
Well, you know what? I
Sincerely
did
hope the
anyway,
saints' coffins were
Lionheart,
not
so
damaged.
deal with it. They didn't.
Were you using magic? I've heard you weren't, but it's torture not being able to
You're
go
right.
inside the
I
Holy
wasn't
Mausoleum for
using
an entire
magic.
year.
I'm just a swords boy, man. Like, I don't know what... magic? Never heard of it. I think we can actually get an intermediate seal out of this tournament, which I absolutely wouldn't mind right now. Assuming I can get away with this.
The Western Church. The Central Church. They believe in the same goddess, but oppose one another. Fódlan is a complicated place.
That is like half, if probably not all, the religions out there where they'll worship the same god, yet within the same religion they'll go against each other. It's just kind of how it
I
be.
am sorry that the kingdom's unrest did not stop with Lord Lonato. Professor, the hero's relics are incredibly powerful.
Oh, I'm quite aware, Dimitri.
Please, be
I
on
am
your guard.
quite aware that some of these relics hit pretty hard. You don't have to tell me. Have you seen Thunderbrand?
Mercedes. Her face looks familiar.
Does it now? You have an interesting story, which I still am not 100% sure on, but because we're playing as the Black Eagles, I have a feeling that we might get a better idea. what is this? Lances? Okay. So what I've noticed is because we're always using training gear and whatnot, it really doesn't matter your competency with the weapon. It really just is dependent on your stats. In which case, we'll just send Eldegard and she'll destroy everybody because she's Eldegard. Ingrid who? That's a lot of damage.
Witness my power.
Sylvain, you think you're gonna do better? I missed an 81. Okay.
Now you know your limits.
You know what? You did slightly better. You at least slipped through one more hit. Lorenz, I will very much so enjoy destroying you. We can even double him. How slow are you, Lorenz, to be able to get double? Leone, you're fine. Like, you better not miss like 3 times in a row. There we go. Alright, we are just one fight away. I could double Dimitri? Oh no. Oh, this poor soul, I just healed the full too. Oh, we hit so much harder than he did. Wow. Got him. Give me that intermediate seal. 300 gold is a joke, but the intermediate seal is actually worthwhile. Something I also noticed in this game is you basically want to upgrade your classes as quickly as you get them, because unlike in the other Fire Emblems, you really don't gain that many skills and whatnot from them. Like, you get a skill for maxing out the class or whatever, right? But a lot of your skills really just come from your proficiency in whatever it is that you're going for. Like, if you go for sword, you can get some skills in there. Multiple skills, in fact, in which case it's better just to go for the weapon.
Knocking. I'll be there in 2 shakes.
Manuela, can you, like, actually be an infirmary nurse for once? I'd like a word with you, actually.
Oh, dear. Professor?
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Just a moment. Oh, what should I do? I can't open the door in this state.
Oh,
Manuela, you simply must quit oversleeping. Hold on. Where are my clothes?
Oh,
I can't even find my... Where in blazes is my underwear?
Manuela, we have students at this monastery, you know.
What is my dressing robe belt caught on? I can't tie this properly. It's not even covering.
It's not even covering?
Manuela.
Excuse me?
This will have to do.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Just hold on a moment.
You don't sound that fine right now, Manuela.
Hello. Sorry to have kept you waiting. So, what do you want?
That took a while.
Excuse me? You had a reason for coming here, I assume.
Oh, we're just not gonna talk
I've put a lot
about
of
it
time
now,
and
are
effort
we?
into making it possible to talk with you, you know.
I could tell you put a lot of effort into it, clearly, based on what we heard.
No, you've done nothing wrong. Let's just say I'm not having a good day. Actually, I didn't have a good night. Never mind. What did you want, anyway?
Right, so about last night.
You heard from him? The fellow from last night?
Yeah, that guy.
What did he have to say?
You don't ask questions you don't want the answers to, but he also said, we will never go out together again, so... yeah.
Yeah, figures. Kind of saw it coming, actually. That's why I came back to my room and went to bed. To get over it.
Why is that right?
Thank you for checking in on me. Was that all you wanted? Well then, good night.
I mean, you didn't give me a chance to ask anything else, but I guess you're really down, so you know what? I'm gonna leave you to it. Poor Manuela. Just can't catch a break, but she also kind of does it to herself. It's like if she was Sylvain, but like she does it worse. Essentially. Teleport me? Yeah. Probably should walk around for lost items, but man, I just... Once we get later into the game, when wandering the monastery isn't so worthwhile, then we'll do that. But at least for, I would say, like a good, maybe like half the game or so, like actually doing the stuff around the monastery is worthwhile. Like the back end of it, it really doesn't matter too much. But this first start, you definitely want to get a good start.
Okay, I'm thinking...
I've had a chance to spar with Gilbert of the Knights of Seros before. I couldn't get a single strike in. If that man is accompanying you on your assignment, you can rest assured that no harm will come to you.
Knight, so I'd be very
to be honest,
concerned
he
if
kind
you
of
could.
reminds me of someone. But no, it must be my imagination, right?
I honestly have no idea who you would be referring to.
Right. You guys have it bad in your own way. But believe me when I say we've got it bad too.
I really
With
don't
all that
believe you,
happened
man.
last month, a great many knights were dispatched to the Western Church. And now we must set out for the Eastern Church, located in the far east of the Leicester Alliance. If I must die in Alliance territory, I wish it wasn't in the mountains in the middle of nowhere. I'd much rather go on a sightseeing trip to Deirdre. Oh, you don't know?
I know where it is, friend. I've been there.
It's called the Aquatic
Not in this
Capital.
playthrough, but I've been there, friend. I know what you're talking about. What we got here? A great love for the sea, but it's too distant from it. I need to be inside the water scene, where is the best place for swimming. Things are busy right now. You should visit the sea to the south. The water is too cold. Visit the sea to the south. Hey, there it is. Easy. There's just a drawing of what looks like a broken vase. Help you find, don't worry about it. Find a similar vase and swap it out. If you broke a vase, you should apologize. Find a similar vase and swap it out. He didn't like it. I don't know what you want me to tell you, man. You're the one, you broke it. Why do I have to clean up your mess? What do I do to deserve that?
Isn't it strange? Saint Seros' body was missing from her coffin, but they found a sword in its place.
I know, I have the sword on me right
She moved
now.
from her coffin and left the sword behind?
Do I think she left her coffin? I doubt it. She's a bunch of bones, so it'd probably go with the no on that
To
one.
attack the monastery was some plot devised by the Western Church? That means they used Lenato. What right do they have to drag a good man like him into their schemes?
Oh, I don't know. It's just how it goes. Here's something I brushed off for a while that I can actually take advantage of for once. It's actually, it gets even better the sooner that you get access to it. So I definitely threw some early progress away by not doing this earlier. But now I'm not as dumb, so I can actually make use of some of this. Can't click on a person to save my life, but yeah. Why do I have so much for now? Alright, so what do we want here? What is my actual set of people that we got going on here? Fighter, monk, soldier, monk, fighter, commoner, So like a lot of fighters and stuff.
Need something?
Magic is really strong though. Like, really strong though. axes and flying, we could make a bunch of wyvern knights. And a bunch of falcon knights at some point. You know what? Let's... this one's swords and riding. That's not bad. Sword and reason, actually. Yeah. Swords being swords. Reason being black magic. Bows and brawling. Brawling was fun. It just fell off at the end of the game, really. Like, yeah, people start hitting real hard at the end, so unless you're one-shotting with your gauntlets, people are dying. So the gauntlets, great for early to mid-game, late game, gonna need a little something better. But it was fun, though. I did have fun with my War Masters and whatnot. So we're gonna be different, more or less, so we're gonna go with this.
This one?
Yeah, this one.
You're all this one?
Axis and authority.
This
and
one?
flying.
This one?
Had I had grabbed these
You're
much
all
sooner,
set.
I probably could have made a lot
This
more
one?
flying units than what I did. I
You're
did
all
have
set.
2 flying
This one?
units, though. I had a Falcon Knight and I had a
You're all
Wyvern
set.
Lord, so,
This
you
one?
know, basically all your flying covered.
You're all set. This one?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
You're
yeah.
all set.
Strength and speed max +5 would be nice as well. Strength being extra physical damage, speed being extra double attacks. Yes.
See you again soon.
So glad to see that we actually got that this time. I probably could have buried my units a lot more had I had grabbed it earlier when I did. So kind of unfortunate that I didn't get it earlier. But we're able to fix that in this playthrough at least, because now we're actually there.
Impressive. Think of it. The sword of the creator, belonging to the ancient king Nemesis.
Actually, it's
You
mine
have to
now,
master
but I
it as
guess
soon as you
I
can.
had it before.
I can't wait to face off against such a legendary weapon.
Yeah. Well, you would get bodied first off because it's a hero's relic, but you know, I guess you could try. I will say, War Master was not that great of a class. It was brawling and axes only, which is not great.
I heard about the things you
It
did.
was fun, though. I will give it that.
I'm so glad Lady Ray is safe. I figure you're a great person after all, Professor.
Thanks for telling me all that, I guess. What you doing, Claude?
Hey, Teach, I hear you were able to use the sword of the creator. That means... what does that mean?
It means
Could
I'm
it mean
built
that you're a
different,
descendant of
Claude.
Nemesis,
That's what
the
it
King
means.
of Liberation?
It means I'm built different. I really wonder why this area exists, because I never seem to find anything in it, like outside of people. Make sure the library's not hiding anything real quick. And then just make our way around.
The assassination attempt on Lady Rhea, the theft of a hero's relic. I am up to my ears in foul news of recent. Speaking of, there's a terrifying rumor swirling around Garreg Mach these days. Apparently, a spirit of death wielding a huge scythe has been kidnapping young maidens. Will the madness never end?
That almost sounds like a death knight. Somebody, oh, I don't know, roaming around at night with the scythe. Oh, no, that couldn't possibly be a death knight. Oh, no, nobody, definitely don't look into that. That's probably fine. Kidnappings, has a scythe, only comes out at night. No, why would we look into that?
Don't you think Professor Hanneman's been acting a bit strange?
He's always strange,
Maybe he's made
Ingots. You
some
just
kind of
get
big
used to it.
discovery.
It's just one of those things you have to get used to, Ingot.
Hey, you.
Kind of like dealing with Manuel. I can appreciate the Manuela charm, though, for sure. She's got very big personality.
Oh my, the crest of flames? Could it really? Yes, the actual crest of flames!
Yeah, that's my crest, you're right.
No, that is quite enough. I should compose myself. I must remain objective in my research. Objective, professional.
Excitement is understandable. I also respect your self-control.
The scandal with the Western Church troubles me. We cannot afford to let ourselves be swept along, and yet...
Yeah, you figured out in the Crest of Flames. Nobody's had it for millennia, built different and all
Captain Gerald
that.
was all furrowed brow earlier. Do you know what's got him so concerned? If there's a problem, I want to help any way I can.
I don't know,
Okay.
man.
I doubt there's anything I can do for him, but I figured I'd ask anyway.
Yeah, you're always talking to my dad. You know, it's a little sus, but I suppose it's alright. He's just kind of like a guy, so... Seth, what are you looking
Professor,
for?
Gerald was looking for you. It seems he has gone off somewhere. If he is not in his room, then surely someone has seen him. Ask around. I have something to ask of you.
I did speak with him. Fair enough.
I have something
easy
to
enough.
ask of you.
Taking on missions is just like a quest battle, essentially, so may as well.
You must be rather bewildered by the power that was hidden within. However, know that I believe in you. I have no doubt that you will use that power justly. You will most certainly fulfill the grand destiny that the goddess has seen fit to grant you.
You sure about that, Rhea? Because I feel like it's more like your objectives, more than anything.
May I ask a favor of you?
Invite you the tea? And you're gonna steal my activity points for it. But that renown is so worth it. Oh, okay, we're just going straight into it then. Well, you're lucky I have even any
I'm
tea on
pleased to
me.
have been invited.
You're the one that you asked me to give you tea. It's a quest.
I am grateful.
Like, you really didn't give me, like, much of a choice there. Well, hopefully you like the tea, because that's the only thing I had on me.
Of course.
How about evaluating the mallet? Nope. Alright then.
Yes.
Someone you look up to? The goddess, perhaps?
Yes.
Well, you asked me here, so about that dinner.
Of course.
Am I gonna be asked to bring you to that as well? You know, throw that
How
as another
quickly this
quest?
delightful time has passed. However, we must return
Yeah,
to our
we
work.
really should. Like, you know, I've got other things to do than
I appreciate
be with
your
you.
effort.
Also, you stole my action point, so that's great. She's like, here, have tea with me. By the way, here's all this extra tea. It just piles
May
it
I ask
on
a
me.
favor of you?
Give my students herbs to alleviate their issues. The Archbishop's really out here just giving their students herbs, huh? Alright. Yeah, something. Churches run differently,
Are you
shall we
looking
say?
for Captain Gerald? I just saw him in the Knight's Hall a little while ago.
Oh, you
He was
didn't
talking
even
with
move.
a female knight, but I didn't get a good look at who she was.
Oh, you was talking with female. Was he? Well, you know, I guess me and my dad got something in common there, huh? Just talking to all the ladies.
Oh, Gerald? He said something about visiting a grave. There's a graveyard attached to the monastery, so you'll probably find him
I
there.
know where that
I
is.
can't remember where the graveyard is, but I bet Sedith knows.
Catherine, you are so not helpful. I know where it is, but I should probably talk to Seth anyways to get this quest done and over with.
Hey, you.
You're back. Ah, the graveyard. Of course I know it. It can be a little hard to find. Would you like me to show you where it is?
Oh yes, please. Instant
There we
fast
go.
travel? Yes, please. You can now view his location on the map. Alright, debated. Fine, I guess we'll go there ourselves, even though he's like, would you like me to show you where it is? You know, I thought, you know, maybe we would both be headed over there, but no, apparently we're just going for it. What's up, old man?
I wanted to ask you to join me, but I couldn't find you. So, here I am.
Well,
I
maybe
was
if you didn't
thinking we
wander
should
around
visit
the entire area and just
your
stayed
mother.
somewhere.
She's resting beneath this humble grave.
Yeah, why is her grave here?
Oh, of course you would ask that. I wouldn't know where to begin. I suppose I haven't talked much about her.
Not in the
She was
slightest.
gentle and smart. Oh, so smart. A wonderful cook. Always kind to everyone. And she loved flowers. Whenever I brought her back an unusual flower, her face would light up. I cherish those memories. I can't count how many times she made me happy just by smiling. And she smiled the most when she was pregnant with you.
I'll have
She
emotions,
died right after
man.
you were
I know what
She
you're
wasn't
talking
able
about,
to
the
spend much
smiling
time
stuff.
with you, but she loved you with all her heart. That's the truest thing I know. Never forget it. This ring is the only keepsake I have of her. In time, it will be yours.
Oh,
One day,
babe.
I hope you'll give this ring to someone you love as well as I love her.
Yeah, it must be nice
Well
to
done.
just be able to
You have my
hand out,
thanks.
you know, wedding/engagement rings like that. I'm too poor for any of that, man. Alright, I've got to feed people some herbs. We get them to calm down a little bit.
That's...
Here, shove these herbs in your mouth real quick. Yeah, is it in here? It's considered locked? No. Is it not you? No, it's you. Okay. Am I just not looking hard enough here? Enlightening herbs. Ah, yes, of course.
I'll gladly take that.
There's your herbs. Now the now Bernadette could probably use a few herbs, honestly. Bernadette, I've got herbs for you. Can you open the door real quick? Stop secretly eating your cake unless you're gonna put the herbs on them. In which case, then you can eat your cake. Your secret cake.
I
of course.
appreciate your effort.
Glad somebody appreciates the effort. With that, we've talked to everybody since, apparently except for Sethith, now that he's got something else to talk to me about. Now what, Sethith? Now what do you gotta tell me? Hey, hopefully you're not just wasting this time.
How are you managing the Sword of the Creator? No problems? I hope you have
I'm
not
built
left it
different,
lying
man. I know
somewhere
how to use
unattended
that
or
sword.
anything foolish like that.
I think I maybe used it like 10 times in my entire playthrough on my other one. So, you know, probably could have made life a lot easier in certain circumstances, but I was like, nah, I should hold on to this. I'm just not quite
You're
used
not used to it. Take it outside the monastery then. You need to come to grips with it, and quickly.
You don't think I know that? You don't think I know that, Seth? Thanks for all of nothing. Well, time the good old ritual of here's all the last items of the game. I don't mind if you would take any of these from me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Yep,
sorry.
thanks for all of that. Good for nothing there, Seth.
You
Appreciate
must be,
you.
however, you will most.
Rhea, I
This
don't
is-
suppose you
this
want
is-
any of these.
This is.
Nope.
This is.
All right then. Well, plenty more people where that came from. I had probably guessed like most of these if I can remember correctly.
There's a
Needle and thread. No.
Someone
For Leone, I hardly ever interacted with her, so like that's just spam for that. I probably could guess, but then if I'm wrong, then I have to come back to it again, in which case it's probably better just to do this. This is probably like the most tedious part about this Fire Emblem. I mean, you can avoid it, right? Like, you could just not do it. But you're gonna get penalized throughout the game by not doing the monastery stuff. So, I mean, I guess it would make the game harder in that regard, but also, like, it would... it also cuts down on some of the other stuff you can do, so while I would rather not, we'll probably go ahead and go through with this. Next time, maybe I'll just pull up, like, an entire list and then just use that and go off of it. That way it can find people the first time for each item rather than going through everybody to make it happen. But for the time being, because I didn't think that far ahead, also, it's been a few days, so I was like, well, let's at least get something out here.
I don't know who... I don't...
We probably won't stream for that long, because I've already got house appointments later today to deal with. But, we'll at least try and get, like, one story fight in here, and then probably call it. I'd love to do more, but considering I've got earlier appointments, I can't really afford to do so. Or at least I'd be like dead trying to do, which is not exactly the best selling. So.
Isn't it? Do you think? Did you find? Did you?
Mercedes, just, if you would, just make life easier, just take all of these for me. No, okay.
Indeed. The Western Fódlan is it.
Things to do for not doing anything for me, thanks to Dimitri. You don't ever take anything from me. Right, I hit all those, okay, good. Bernadetta, I'm pretty sure at least one of these are yours. Thread and needle, yep. Use bottle of perfume, I believe, is Hilda's. The exotic feather would not surprise me if it was for Petra.
Oh, it's awful. Things are...
What else?
No.
Unused
No.
lipstick?
No.
Maybe Ingrid? Ingrid really doesn't use, like, makeup and whatnot, so maybe.
Why is that perhaps? I would like to have more.
Still really do not know enough about you there, Flame. Like, everything is purposely left ambiguous about a lot of our circumstances in this game, which is clearly there by design, right? But it would have been nice to know some of it,
Professor,
at least.
the thing is... No.
I don't suppose you want to take any of it? No, don't. Yeah, okay, well, I got something out of it. Gilbert, I don't even think I can give nothing to you. I can give stuff to you already. I know you have some lost items later. Yeah, too early. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I have...
Errands? Oh, I'm sure you want the unused lipstick. Well, maybe perhaps a used bottle of perfume? No, none of those suit your fancy. You guys are gonna talk to me.
Some people and some aren't.
Marianne?
What's this?
I don't usually have too many lost items for you, but I have given you at least some before.
Instead, how could you? How could?
Shut up, Ferdinand.
How?
Thomas, I can't give nothing to you.
Oh. I have come as I hear it.
Catherine, you looking for anything?
You acquitted to think that I cannot. As for the I hope we find.
Probably should have done some of the lost items while I was going around for people originally. But we still would have had to run back through a majority of them anyways, because I would have picked up other lost items along the way.
Oh,
in which case I may as well get all of them. Oh, of course, Sylvain gets the unused lipstick, so that way he can pawn it off as a gift. Of course. What was I thinking? Giving it to one of the ladies when you could pawn it off as a gift? Sylvain's just a step ahead. Yeah, something told me that you would have the exotic feather there, Petra.
That's right. I know
This really is a cursed house, huh? Between Petra and Casper, like, oof. Oh yes, I'm very mysterious. I mean, you're not wrong in that regard, Dorothy. I'm relatively mysterious. Juritza, though, is also very mysterious.
Oh.
Of course, the dude that sleeps all the time would need the feather pillow. That makes sense.
Professor, it also rains.
Encyclopedia of Sweets? Okay, that one I feel like I have a relatively good idea. I don't suppose you want an encyclopedia of sweets, do you?
That's mine. Thank you for fun.
And a used bottle of perfume.
I thought, but since you...
Apparently I can't talk to Hilda at all, in which case she was like my prime target for this used bottle of perfume, so now I'm ever so slightly confused on who I'm actually supposed to give this to. I know you're not using that perfume. Mercedes, I guess.
Right.
I mean, you are like all devotion.
Did you find
Nope.
this?
Okay.
So the whole... That means... What right do they...
Ash, I had a strong feeling that wasn't gonna be yours. I checked everybody in there, did I? Whoa.
So that means... What right do they...
Someone who's particular about fashion. I don't know, man. Already checked all of you. We already checked all of you. Do we... I mean, like, maybe Lorenz would use it. We already checked him, didn't we?
Professor, the thing is... No.
Yep, I remember that note from anywhere. Alright, fair enough.
I have...
I feel like I've checked everyone. Who did I forget? Who did I actually forget to give it to? Ah, whatever. We'll find them the next time we go back to the monastery. with that, see what we can do about this. Fish bounty, great. Whoever needs happiness up, but that's like none of you, fantastic. In which case, at least nobody that's in my house anyway isn't unhappy. So.
Do you miss the food of your homeland, Petra? I wish there was a way to get some for you.
I have gratitude for your kindness, but it...
Everybody's more motivated, we're all friends, you love to see it. We ate, time to go to church. Now time to pray and all that, of course. Dorothea, absolutely get in here. Ferdinand, sure? Why not?
I'll keep my voice.
Professor, let me sing for you. Do you not like my voice? It would make a Pegasus dance with joy.
Out of all the voices in this game, Ferdinand, yours is average. It's not Casper's or Petra's, so you know you got something going for you there.
I've grasped it.
Well, we got Dorothea Nosferatu now, so that's good. I didn't do fishing, did I? I don't want to fish, man. But to make sure we get through the playthrough, fair enough. Oh, boy.
Welcome.
I'd still rather not. Intermediate skills, yes, give me all these.
Thank you.
And I'm poor, feels bad.
Please come again.
Welcome. Need weapons? I wouldn't mind some, but I'm also poor, so yeah.
Come back soon.
Okay.
Blacksmith, no. Battalions, they would be nice. Oh, good. We already bought a good amount of our battalions. Okay, perfect. Because I'm pretty broke, so I don't even remember if I have fishing stuff on me. We might have done all of that last time, in which case, we'll be all good. Nope, we got some fishing. Alright, it's not that much fishing, but it's something. I really haven't noticed a difference between goods versus excellence. Supposedly, if you get all excellence, you have better chances of pulling rarer fish. I just pulled like 5 fish with that one bait. I know it said there was gonna be a lot of fish out, but I don't think I've ever caught that many fish. With as much fishing as I've done in this game, I don't think I've ever pulled that amount of fish from it. Like that time we only got 2. The one that we had just done before that, we got like 5 fish out of it. They try and say bait has like a rarity, but I've pulled like a fish that's gotten me like 2k gold off of like the worst bait in the game. So this whole idea of like rarities and whatnot really doesn't make much sense to me. I mean, like if a 2k fish, which is the most expensive fish in the game, ended up actually I ended up getting it from the worst bait, then, like, what does that say? I, like, never use the share a meal feature either. What it does is, like, it raises your stats for the month or whatever, but then once you go into the next month, you lose them. So unless you're going into a month where you do heavy fighting, then you really don't get a lot of value out of it. It also ends up taking your action points or your time expenditures here in the monastery, which can be better used for like upping your stats or getting your sport levels up or anything along those lines. So like it never really just had enough value for me to make it worthwhile. You definitely get a lot more free time towards the end of the game, mostly because your point expenditure increases quite a bit, in which case it allows you a lot more freedom, that's for sure. And then you can really start pumping up your stats, at least for your main character, a lot quicker. I've yet to pull a single goldfish, which is unfortunate, but it might also be because we don't have any actual merchants on us yet. They always talked about, like, this underground merchant area, and I never saw it as the Blue Lion, so I imagine it's either a Black Eagles or a Golden Deer thing. Unless they were talking about Anna, in which case Anna comes much later into the game than I thought she actually would have been. But yeah, Anna is in the game. We don't get to use her as an actual unit, she's just a merchant in this one, but Anna does exist. Not that Anna was, like, that great anyways. She was just, like, I forget what they considered her in Awakening. A trickster, I believe? Which, knowing Anna is pretty fitting. But yeah, that's all we can do there. Go ahead and instruct. So much less instruction when I have so little points on me. We can teach you magic. I would not mind you learning some magic. Of course, you couldn't hit a perfect anywhere in there, otherwise we would have been able to bring that up a little bit, but no, that would have been too easy. You're right. You're definitely gonna be our magic dude for sure. I mean, you've already got a B in light magic. But I want dark magic because I want access to some actual magic damage at some point. Usually I just go with people that have the most points to actually work with, because then you get the most out of them, right? So we get you the C+ here. I don't really feel like it's gonna do anything. Although we could get your star on this one.
Never.
We got a perfect off that. Love to see. We're still missing our third star there. There we go. You definitely want to get the third star as quick as you can, because then it increases the amount of XP and whatnot they get, because then they excel within that certain area. In which case, instead of our base 4, now we get it as a strength rather than it being neutral, in which case we're getting 6 XP instead of 4. So, you know, about 1.5 times what we were getting beforehand. Doesn't seem massive at our current level, but the fact that we're getting 1.5 times, an extra 4 times, it starts that up for sure. Bernadetta. I did recruit Bernadetta when I was doing my Blue Lions playthrough, and then I basically never used it. It's not even like because she was a bad unit or anything, it's just like more so of a majority that I already had my people selected at that point, because I ended up recruiting her, in which case I already had my people set. So I was like, at this point, I don't really know what to do with you. So, like, she just eventually started falling behind.
I have a question.
Wasn't really worth, like, keeping her up. So, kind of just let her fall to the wayside. Did get her support all the way up to A, though. Not to S, though. I will give that hint of the waifu that I ended up marrying was Bernadette. That's for sure. When I take a lecture I'm not interested in, I get so sleepy. I know that feeling. I just can't fight it. I should just give up, don't you think? Close my eyes and enjoy a peaceful slumber? If you take an interest, you won't get sleep, but you try getting plenty of sleep before the lecture. No need to fight it, you can't help it. If you take an interest, you won't get sleep. Alright, mission failed. We are at Professor level C now, which is good. We get more money, we get more funds, we get access to the higher level classes faster as well, so it's certainly min-maxing at the monastery, but you get really well rewarded for it. Like, we got extra money coming in every month now. I can pair units together now because I'm Professor level C. And now we have access to master level units. Do we have access to them right now? Absolutely not. But we have it essentially as early as we can get it. I prefer to slay my enemies without having to lay a finger on them. With that kind of power, why would I bother with normal weapons? By focusing on reason, I could be a great magic user. Sure. I like magic. Magic's always been strong in Fire Emblem, and I always like the effects and whatnot they do
Our
with it.
professor is certainly adventurous.
I forgot I had you
but I
two
wonder
doing
what the
writing
point was of
stuff.
putting us on
So,
the same team.
Rip.
What? You think teaming up with me is a bad idea?
Yes. Results or no results, this is far from a great idea.
I was hoping we would...
It's a decent result.
Okay, we'll probably have to change those two out so we get better use out of that. Are these already C+ in dark magic? Oh, babe.
I'm a quick study.
You are, it's true. You're already at C. I feel like people are getting stuff a lot quicker. I guess we, well, the first time we went through, we didn't really optimize it well at all, mostly because we didn't know what we were doing, right? So, that's why. But now that we have an idea of what we're doing, again, I don't think it's worthwhile to stay on classes. Unlike the older ones, where staying on a class ended up getting you more skills, you get like a single skill out of once you fully master a class. Which there's some classes that's worthwhile in, and then there's some where it's like just dip as soon as you can and just get to the next level. So do we want to be a mercenary or do we want to be a thief? In my Blue Lions playthrough, I did a mercenary, so we're gonna be a thief. We're gonna be built different.
A new path to...
Alright. So we're a thief now. Nice. Eldegard, yep, get you out of there as well. Can't be a lord yet? Oh, man. Door. You gotta be a lord, though. It's how the lords go. You got. Alright, so we gotta get some sword usage with you. Excuse me. They say I can. Oh, it's just because I can switch to the stuff. You can already go to intermediate, yes? You could be a dark mage, and I wouldn't mind it. I never did make a dark mage. I had like 3 dark seals or whatever, but I never was able to make one. So do we want a priest or do we want a mage? We want a mage. Just give me a straight mage. Priest? I forget if that... It was either priest or maybe it was bishop, I think it was. They gave you renewal, which is once you master the class, which is really good. Because it's like 20, restores 20% of your max HP every turn. Which doesn't seem like much, especially on a mage or whatever, but it helps you shake off some of those just random bad RNG hits you end up taking sometimes. Now we're gonna fight here. The reason being is that we have quests for doing so. Both of them are the same levels, so you just pick whatever. I would say we would do both of them, but I forgot. I don't have battle points yet. Eventually, once you max out the professor level, you can get up to 3 fights every time. Which doesn't sound like much, but it feels like leveling is easier in this game, in which case, I didn't have to, like, over-farm or anything. I didn't even farm when we ended up beating, the Blue Lions playthrough. Oh. Are you guys just straight-up villagers? No, you're merc villains? Okay. Well, I'm a thief. Elderguard, I need you to get sword usage, so, like, what are your weapons looking like? Okay, absolutely 0 swords, you hate to see it. Right, everybody else has kind of used a bit of it. I could give you a training sword, I guess. I'd rather not, but I could. 13, is that gonna be enough to get him might? I have spirit dust already? From what? We'll hold that for the time being. Why do I have so many bows? They're D rank in bows? What? Okay. You are starting to get into heavy armor, in which case I should get your axes up, which you already have a bit of, which is good. You're magic, so you're good. I'll let you keep the brawling for now, but like realistically, I gotta get you into something better, because if brawling's gonna fall off towards the end of the game here, I need you to be able to do something different. I didn't make a single archer within my entire Blue Lions playthrough. Like, archers, at least in this game, feel just like there's no reason to have them. It's just like everything you can do a mage does, but better. So then it's... And then you don't really fight too many flying enemies, in which case it's like, why even more build one? And you're like, oh, but there's flying beasts and whatnot later. And it's like, it's true. But also, you can buy battalions, which come with archers, which also give you the super effectiveness that regular archers will give you. So, like, the archers got downgraded from at least being situational, where they get the bonus damage, to I can replace you with a battalion. So, like, I really don't respect archers in this version. But they'll at least do something. We can probably turn you into mortals sopping at this point, although your strength is not where it needs to be for that, but that's okay. It's still quite early. Petra, you could be an assassin. Swords are in C+, huh? Why do you have so many swords? You don't need this many swords. Elderguard, come take this other sword. Trade that out, so at least you got more uses on your sword. And it really shouldn't matter. Send it. Gabe, come on now. Send it. Alright. How bad is this actually?
Stay focused.
I forget that I'm a thief now rather than a mercenary. But I think a thief might honestly be better, just for the fact that you get access to
as you wish.
Stealing and whatnot early. I really do not know how I want to proceed with this. Maybe I'll just let them come. See how terribly that goes. So far, this is fine. Nobody else moved either, so they're kind of just letting me have this. I can't one-shot any of you, huh? Alright then.
Put me in there.
We can weaken people. Somebody can snipe me? She's got all the range. I guess it has to be. There we go, now I'm not getting targeted. That is a really nice press effect though. The ability to just get a free double hit whenever you feel like it. It's pretty strong. Everybody's level 8, 7. Ferdinand, we need to get you some
I am
levels,
Ferdinand von
apparently.
Eyre.
If you could not, like, waste my skill gear on these noobs, though, that'd
The
be
mark
great.
of nobility.
Good luck.
Always getting.
Are you
I will
fast
get the
enough to
victory.
double? I know you're using speed right now. Could you? No. Okay. You're not even in range to be able to do anything. Fair enough. Can I really not double this man? I could just destroy him with the gambit.
It's
Start
time.
getting our gambits up. Our gambit's already maxed, but our authority is not maxed yet. We're getting close to sea authority on it, which is good. You can already use it. You can already use steel on both your stuff, huh? Although I guess steel is only in D rank in this one because we don't have bronze stuff anymore. Can you kill now? You can, as long as I use magic.
I won't go down so easily.
Hubert, you could probably stand in here and be okay, right? Yeah, 4 defense. You know, maybe
I will
not.
prevail.
Eldegard, if you would, please. Those trees are slowing me down just a bit. Right, I have physic already. May as well spam that for the XP. Could have had you gambit. Did I give you the movement gambit? Maybe I did. That's not surprising. Now, you have a javelin? You do. So now my character's in the way of, like, everyone. Well, time to just destroy people in war
Now's our
games.
chance.
Definitely not a strong gambit. No, just 30 damage this early. Nah, that's sick. I don't think this is fine. I'm surprised they gave us Thoron so early. It's always so good. So the fact that they gave us it this early is surprising. Just having Bernadetta weaken everyone so we can just get free kills in here. What should be free kills?
Flame spirit, protect me.
Flame spirit, excuse you? You hit pretty hard, don't you?
An ambitious plan.
Marvel at our strategy. For Lady Edelgard.
His Gambit did more than mine. Although, to be fair, he did get Gambit boosted, while mine was just straight up damage. In which case, we'd probably still do more damage in that regard. Elgar, I need you to actually, you know, like, use your sword. So, like, if you just want to, like, slap him across the face real quick. One whole damage. You're so scary. Anything. I'll keep feeding you kills.
All roses have thorns.
These are some good levels. We were not getting good levels the last time we streamed, but now we're starting to get some. Feels good. I mean, I say they're good, but realistically, they're probably at this point just making up for the bad levels that we got from last stream. So. I was moving Bernadetta there for a second, but nope, that was Petra. Okay, fair enough. Question is, who do we want to feed these kills to? If I want to get them to intermediate as quick as possible, then I gotta get these guys to like 10. In which case, who's like 9 or so? In which case I can just feed you the kills. Dorothea, perfect. And then whoever else can do damage after that is good enough for me.
That was nothing. Not so fast.
I'm kind of surprised you're as tanky as you are. You have 10 defense already? You have more defense than I do. What? Excuse you? I mean, I guess I am a thief in this one and not a mercenary, in which case I might have had a bit
Winning's
more.
always nice.
But still, you have 10 defense already? That's probably why you got the hidden heavy armor talent.
My efforts were not
Authority
in vain.
level 3 and Model Leader, yes. Model Leader, I believe, helps you upgrade your gambits quicker. In which case, probably worthwhile to equip that when I get a chance.
As expected.
We're kind of just destroying these guys. They really got nothing on us at this point. Although it did say the expected level was like 7 or so, and we were more or less already over that.
You'll be repaid.
Just keep spamming our magic so that way we keep upgrading our proficiency and such. Can also get a little bit of XP out of it. Not a crazy amount, so. Nice, I'm not doubling, so I can keep feeding people kills with my own character here. Although they kind of have to be in range for that to happen. So. Well, somebody's got to move here. Your javelin kill? No. But at least it gets a use on it. You already C plus some lances? Sweet. Yeah. With my characters in the way. Well, how about you just zap this guy then? Could we have played it better? Oh, for sure. But we're just moving everybody that's not getting out of the way already. Man, that free crit ability that she gets is so nice. I think it's like 15% or something like that. But like to just roll up and then have 15% on every weapon. And then you throw that on top of like a killing edge or something like that, in which case, oops. Oh, I can just double with this? Okay. Well, I am trying to get you to Lord as quick as possible here, but you really are just not liking that idea. I used the axe with her for so long, though, it's not too surprising that that ended up happening. Right, just standing next to Dorothy is a free heal. That's pretty good too. It's not like a strong heal by any means, but it's a heal nonetheless. Still not 10, huh? Eldegard, can you just like weaken somebody so that I can have someone else get the kill here? Just quick enough for me not to get a double. Perfect. One time I don't want a double.
I must get stronger.
Hey, your dex is like non-existent, so you hit really hard, but like your aim is not there.
I've got many skills.
There we go. That's what you want to see. Your magic is so much higher than your strength right now. It'd be like such a shame to turn you into a physical unit. Getting a little bit of myself, a little bit ahead of myself here, in the fact that I put people certainly out of position. At this point, these guys shouldn't be able to one-shot any of us, in which case it's not a problem. But at some point it'll become a problem, and then I'll end up paying off.
I'd rather be napping.
But until I get punished for doing so, I'm going to continue to do so. I should have used my combat arts on her just to get the experience. Do you have close counter already? You're like already able to hit. Yeah, you do. Okay. I don't suppose you want to like do that again, but maybe not kill. Nope, you're just gonna kill. Okay. Fair enough. Basically, did that fight just for the renown, more than anything. But the extra XP and whatnot is nice, so that way we can actually go ahead and get some more intermediate classes done and over with. More instruction, yes. We don't even have enough people to actually do full instructions with. What do we want out of you is the thing. I mean, I think if I remember correctly, assassins use swords and bows, so why not? Of course you were 1 XP off from having that finished. That would have been too easy if you were able to. A lance? I don't really see you being a lance user. But we're already 2 stars in, so I can't just not go with it now. Rose.
This will be of use.
Interesting, alright. And now we have better access to your head.
I appreciate enlightening.
I guess something I'm noticing between the Black Eagles and the Blue Lions so far is that the Black Eagles have a lot more like hidden talents. Getting this the B is probably worthwhile.
Huh?
Oh, it's alright, Dorothy. Now refund me, we got the perfect, and now you went positive on that encounter. From bad to perfect. You love to see it. And everybody else doesn't want to listen to me, that's okay. Stable duty, right. Bernadette's fine because he likes it. Bernadette, for her, so she could potentially be like a bow knight or something later, that could work.
Professor.
Focus on the axe skill that excels the warrior? Sure. I respect brawling as a fun alternative, but late game it just doesn't do enough. You want some Angelica tea?
Thanks for inviting. That looks delicious. I think this might be my favorite tea.
That was straight up a guess, because like the times that I actually had the tea parties with her were basically never. So, you like my dad? So, yeah, we talk about him.
Yeah.
What about the future?
I see.
People like talking about the future, right?
Yeah.
You're not really a fashion person. Maybe a strong battalion? I mean, people can't get mad if you say thanks for everything, right?
Hope you've been keeping up with your training. If you're not careful, I'll surpass you.
I'd love to see you try. Do I commend you? Apparently we commend you. Okay, it's just that it's perfect tea time, baby. It's not even gonna raise your happiness or whatever? Nah, man.
Thanks for
I don't
the
have
tea.
gifts like
Invite me
that.
by again
Not
sometime.
yet, at least. Well, you think I'm rich or something? I'm poor right now. I'll take the free charm off of it. So apparently charm goes along with your gambits to make them stronger, and then eventually we can recruit people because we'll have enough charm for the people that require the charm stat to be decently high. So there's that.
It is a perfect day to exert oneself.
Oh no, this is impossible.
Bernadetta, you're already touching the
It is
horse.
done.
You're clearly fine. Well, you did just as good as you did with Eldegard, so I think you'll be okay.
My efforts were not in vain.
Monster Breaker? Convenient timing
I
that we
work
would
to
get
grow.
that. Everybody has
done. You have my
zero just want to do anything else right now, which is kind of a problem. But we also have another fight we can do right here, so we'll get that out of the way. Could have done the fishing event. Oh boy, how about no? How about no? Does anybody not have a battalion right now? We just got another battalion, but if nobody else has one, well, do I got a battalion for you? Innate toxic barrel that inflict poison on foes and enemy. A good spread, but poison doesn't seem all that great. But considering Petra's probably gonna get in there more than you do, we probably should move people up. Move me up, move you up, and then everybody that's not 10 should probably be closer. You're 10 now, so you'll... Okay. I mean, that's pretty much what we already had, but alright.
Stay focused.
I can probably, at this point, just hide myself in the forest and watch all of these guys just about kill themselves on me outside of the
As you wish.
That's my cue.
We're just gonna have everybody sit right here, so that when everybody
I will get the victory.
over there either gets themselves
Put me in
killed or
there.
live by a little bit, then we can just go in there and destroy them.
Oh no.
Alright, send it. Oh no, we can already start doubling people. I'm
Should I
gonna
have
take
held back?
everybody's XP. Well, that's not
still
what
have-
was supposed to happen. I can't say I'm surprised that it happened. But, Yeah, that
That is
extra
that.
speed from being a thief is kind of the thing. Surprisingly, we didn't double this guy. I don't know why he's apparently different from the other two, but alright. That's fine, though, because somebody's gotta stay alive. You're gonna live with 1 HP? Perfect. Not very tanky there, are you, Casper? Yeah, hit real hard.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
Yeah, whatever you say, Ferdinand. Take your free
You
kill.
should be honored.
Pretty sure I just like handed it to you on a platter, but yeah. You really can't one-shot, you can't. Well, I guess you can.
Marvel at our strategy. Oh! Hardly worth my time.
I keep forgetting you're not like a higher level already.
His strength will serve
Like,
Lady Edelgard
my man's
well.
got 17 magic at 9. Like that's pretty impressive. Alright, we hit you with the gambit, so you can't do nothing now. I mean, I guess you can go after Hubert, but like, what's that gonna do for you? 54%? Never tell me the odds, 50? It's just that easy.
Can I go now?
Never, Bernadette. You're stuck here forever.
I
with
will
me.
prevail.
You better get comfy now. You start healing people and get that white magic up.
I owe you one.
I already maxed his commoner, which is good, which means I should get the +5 max HP from you, in which case we can switch you over to another class and we'll already have all the skills and whatnot from the one that you're already in. I doubt you can kill anybody by yourself, sadly. What's our swords at with you? They're like nowhere where they need to be, okay? Your axes are certainly there, though. Petra, get some kills. We gotta get you the 10 already, so if you would, just, you know, like level up one more time, preferably. You hate luck, defense, and resistance, don't you? Like, you know, a little bit of those would be nice. Doesn't have to be a lot, just, you know, maybe like a little. Can I think I can. Well, he still kind of has an HP bar, huh? Maybe. Dorothy, you want to help him out with this? There you go.
Right makes might, right?
Oh. Everybody getting real close to 10, which is good, because then we'll get everybody to intermediate classes, more or less.
Appreciate it.
Mage in the mix this time, huh? Alright, fair enough. Just want to, like, weaken him for somebody. Hubert, you could probably, like, ruin this man's whole career and whatnot. He's gonna live with 1 HP. That's fine, because then when you come to hit me, you're gonna do your little bit of damage or whatever, but then I'll get extra skills and whatnot out of it. Or Dorothy will just kill. No, I kinda need you to get the kill. Am I knowingly accepting damage? Yes. Will we be fine? More than likely, so it's a... I don't really want to use skills this early. Like, I don't have the gear to be making this worthwhile because I don't have to repair everything.
You are nothing.
And I don't really have the resources for that. But I do also want to get you guys to like 10 at this point, so we'll see if we can make it happen. A majority of them should go to 10. As long as I play it well enough.
I thank you. If only my research had such results.
Like, Hubert already has more magic as a noble or commoner or whatever he is than Linhardt does as a mage. Like an actual mage. Kind of shows like how much magic he's just got on him. Just chilling. Throw myself in the back so that way if I need to get in there, I can get in there, but we're still trying to feed other people kills here. Wow, they all really want Hubert, huh? Okay. That's how that is. Wow, this guy has like 0 magic. I can resist all of that already. My movement is so terrible. I'm surprised this guy didn't try and attack me. I don't know. You want to move you just yet? We'll see. We do kind of got to get in. We can't kill you, but we can probably set you up for Petra. You've got an HP bar, so I'm not too concerned that he's going to hit you as hard as he is. Steel bow is really not going to cut it, huh? Really not going to cut it? Okay, well, you really didn't leave me much of a choice, so you're now dead.
Winning's always nice.
I could have you steal Huber's skill. And then we could just beat him one of the other 2 over there.
Anywhere I can hide.
We did get you the 10 with that, which is good.
I guess hard work does pay off.
Resist. Man, none of you guys have defense at all. 14? Bruh. Okay. Well, that's a little more damage than I would like. We can't just snipe them over here. They're gonna live with 2 HP, he's gonna live with 1 HP. Yeah, I hate to see. Although I suppose if we throw you in here, then they're really not gonna have much of a chance to hit you, in which case if we do get hit, Linhardt had Psychic over there, or Physic over there, in which case you're all good. I just keep myself in the bag. If people need me, I'm here. Otherwise, we're just gonna let them handle it.
Thank you.
I'm shocked you made it easy.
Easy kills. Gonna attack the person with the steel sword plus sword? You crazy? Yeah, I figured you didn't need Banshee to kill this guy before.
How humiliating.
Really didn't hit 10 off that? Okay. Man, you hit hard. Your accuracy is non-existent, but I mean you hit hard, so that's for something, right?
The mark of nobility.
Good amount of XP. We should be able to get him the 10 off that. That level, that was not great. Everyone over there is fine. Linhart can heal you up, so that's all good.
Thanks so much.
Nice.
That's my cue.
Strong heal for this point. Are you gonna die? 15, 15, 30. You're gonna live with 1 HP. Beautiful. Not even close, really. Just use this so that way we get Gambit experience for you here. And that wasn't enough. I used this Gambit that I have on him for like the entire game. Just having access to basically like double your movement is really good, as you could probably imagine. And you get 2 uses of it.
That was nothing.
Alright. How much XP? You really don't need much. You need a lot. So we'll have you get it to make sure that you can hit 10.
Hardly worth my time. This is hard.
Alright, well, they baited me with those early good levels, and now we're getting back to the usual. You could kill, but you're also 10, so yeah. You might hit 10 off of this if we can get the kill with you, that is. In which case, we know you're not killing because you got these baby punches. Get you a little XP and then see if we can get you to 10.
This was beneath me.
Of course you're off by 13 XP. No, it's fine. I don't want you to, change classes or anything before this. Why would I want that? Why would I possibly want that? The dude's birthday? Ah, well, we hold tea parties for anybody, friend.
Did you need something?
Here's some tea
Thanks.
for you.
Just the right amount of heat.
So what are we talking?
Yes.
The meaning of nobility?
Please not.
Okay, so I tried to pick the meaning of nobility, but yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Working together? Alright, the tea party's already scuffed at this point, but, something tells me him and Dreamy Knights and Cute Monks probably don't go together, so how about the future? Pretty sure we would have gotten all of those right had I used the Joy-Cons correctly, but we got the charm increase out of it, which is basically all I'm looking for there, rather than just giving people flowers.
Impressive. Thanks.
Since the charm helps your gambits out, it also helps me recruit some of the ladies for later, you know what I'm saying? Gotta get that charm up, so it is what it is. Get our level, get our upgrades out of the way. I could make you into a dark mage, but also I don't have a dark seal because I would have had to beat the Death Knight, which, yeah, good luck with that one. I mean, we've got the hero relic now, but like, I still don't think we're doing it.
I've passed, have I?
Yeah, you did, Hubert. Of course, you're off by 13 XP, otherwise you definitely could have changed classes. We can get you up to an archer.
fast.
It'll be interesting to actually use an archer for once in this game and see how that works out for us. So you could be a mercenary, you could be a thief, a mage, or a priest. I mean, like, considering we can already learn white magic, it really doesn't feel like we should ever go into priest. Priest, now that I remember it, priest gives you miracle when you max it out. Mage,
I passed
think
to
might
you,
give you like
Professor.
darting blow or something, which is like +6 magic as long as you're the one initiating the fight. Which, as you can imagine, early on, +6 is pretty strong. Everybody else is good here. I mean, I still want to turn you into a lord is the thing. Otherwise, we could have already turned you into, like, a tank and whatever, but that's... Who's gonna make somebody that can be a potential lord class into a tank? Like, come on now. Unless you're Hector. But Hector was a special case, and also was still considered a lord, but may as well have been a tank.
This weather is unfortunate. Those villagers were right when they said a storm was brewing. But they were more afraid of an attack than they were of the storm. Let's end this quickly.
The thieves have taken Conand Tower as their base. There it is in the distance.
Miklon must be more skilled than your average thief to have overtaken a place like that.
This area was the site of a massive battle several hundred years ago, when invasions from the north were at their peak. This tower was built for both surveillance and defense. It will be difficult to seize it.
You know your history, Gilbert. If I recall correctly,
It's
you're
alright,
from
Gilbert.
England,
You're a
aren't you?
fortress knight.
I
If
left my
anything, we
home
just
long
throw you
ago.
at anything at this
If you have
point
any
in the game,
questions
and you'll
about the
be able
mission,
to take it.
I'd be
and go.
happy to answer them.
What do you know about the leader of the thieves?
House Gautier has always placed great importance on whether or not someone bears a crest. Margrave Gautier has 2 sons. A crest never manifested for his eldest. It's not hard to imagine why he left and wound up in this sort of life.
There's no reason that crests should have the power to dictate someone's destiny.
Yeah.
Don't you agree, Gilbert? He was just another victim of cruel fate. Forsaken by the goddess, who now demands his execution.
You don't seem to like the church that much. I can't say that I blame you, considering that the church always wants to just execute all their problems away. You know, execute Order 66 and all that. So, you can definitely see why you don't just immediately jump on the church bandwagon. Yeah, we got Gilbert in the back, so our back is covered at least. I really don't need their keys or anything, because now that I am a thief myself, I'm able to go ahead and grab those, not to worry about. You have a more chest in here? No, it's just that one? Okay. My gear is suffering heavily from using so many skills, but that's okay. What we got going on for you? Your iron sword still has uses, you'll need bullion. You can probably throw another heal on you just in case. You're gonna need a lot of gear, like all of your gear is about to die. Oops. Well, here's a steel lance for you. Good luck to you. What's your stuff? Axes and brawling, huh? You know, axes is probably where you should stay. And then you're all in on bows. And horse riding, but we're not at the point where you can ride horses well yet. Give me the steel bow. Lionheart, we both know that you're not going to use this bow, so just Go ahead and give me the bow. You can keep the training sword. That's fine, I guess. Bullion, you don't need that. You're also a mage, so you really don't need swords at this point. You could probably use like one more weapon on you. There you go. Abilities, I don't really think we got any more. Bow prowess. Missed me with that. Battle advantage. That requires my battalion to go down. Model leader, double experience earned for battalions. You really don't need it though, it's like the thing. The battalions level themselves so quickly, it's just like generally not worth it. Plus 8 dex for the accuracy is probably worthwhile. Conceal speed. Like both of these are like worth something. What weapons are you using? Axes and lances? Okay. Well, if you're using axes and lances, you don't need sword. Seal speed is probably fine. Rally dexterity is interesting, but I don't think we need that just yet. No skills, no skills. HP plus 5 versus what? Bow prowess? Well, you're not using your bow by any means, so go ahead and get rid of that. Bernadetta, you did get pass and dexterity plus 4, which is worth something. You're not using magic, so you don't need reason, so give yourself the extra hit chance. Pass instead of lance prowess. Dorothea, how does everybody have bow prowess? How did this happen? Do we need to change you guys up at all? I mean, Bernadetta could stay in the back. Petra could probably move up. That's okay. That'll work.
The enemy is close by. We're almost to the top floor.
They have nowhere left to flee, so the situation is in our favor. All we have to do is chase them down.
Stay focused.
Now, gotta get myself in there. I mean, come on. Dorothea, you got magic, so you can back me up. You also have heals.
Oh no.
Perfect. You just like outright kill these guys? Fine. I mean, if they're gonna give me the opportunity to snipe them.
Put me in there.
I will get the victory.
Yeah,
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
I will prevail.
As you wish.
Nope, don't move that part up. Let's not get crazy. Oh wow, I have the range. I actually forget Meyer B already has 1-3 range. You get so much range so quickly, don't you, Hubert? Hubert's pretty strong. He really used a bow in there. Okay, everybody's starting to move up. Chill. Probably shouldn't have shot him. One of the things I've noticed is, like, you can definitely trigger the AI earlier than you'd like to, shall we say.
Should I have held back?
Beautiful level. I would have loved to throw the resistance in there, but really can't complain about a level like that.
Hardly worth my time.
Receive the chest key, although we can keep that for ourselves because I can already open it myself. One of the things that always happens is, like, whenever you have units that just have access to range, for the most part anyways, is that
Winning's
people
always
that
nice.
don't have the range generally just fall behind in levels and stuff. Because you can get your people up there quicker, or you can take enemies out from farther away, in which case, it's just something that's gonna happen. Alright.
The captain's in trouble. Hurry up, you fools!
Enemies approach from the lower floors. Watch the rear flank.
Gilbert, you could probably destroy, like, everybody that comes after you. You're a fortress knight. I know I'm not scared, so we'll definitely just have ourselves go ahead and grab that chest.
Back to
just
the
the rally, just so that way we get, friendship points or whatever. Although it doesn't look like those two could actually be friends, because it didn't seem like it actually gave me anything for that. But Hubert's Hubert, so that doesn't surprise me. Oh, we're just keep making our way closer. Not much we can do. We probably could go help Gilbert out, but he seems like he's doing alright so far. Yeah, my man hits for 26 damage already. Jeez. I mean, we still hit harder, mostly because we can double, but Gilbert's not exactly pulling any punches. You've got resistance for days, you'll be fine. And then you guys are mages, so you also won't care. Although, let's not let you get sniped from somewhere else now. You just let Gilbert handle those guys behind you. I mean, he's meant to be there for that reason, so just let him do it. Wish she wasn't using Thor on there. I should have changed her back to Thunder or something along those lines, since Thoron's got that extra bit of range to it.
This is our chance.
Your chance with 25%
It all comes down to this.
These guys are crazy. The AI always gambits you if it, like, is gonna die attempting the attack otherwise. Then it's like, well, better just gambit instead. Armor Slayer. Put her on Iron Absolute for that. Of course you just had a range cast bomber. Now that's a perpetual finish.
One more success.
That was a pretty good amount of XP though. Everybody else just keep making your way up. Gilbert, hopefully you keep doing whatever you're doing over there. I probably could have kept like Lynn Hart behind or something to heal him if he really needs it. I mean, he shouldn't. He is like a fortress knight against like some thieves. At this point, it shouldn't even be close, but considering he's got like no accuracy, there is that.
Let's think carefully.
They're still dropping.
For the goddess!
Alright, we acquired the treasure, which was the Armor Slayer, so we're out here. I don't have the range for like any of this, so I'm gonna let them come a little bit closer, but we're gonna be set up for when they do get here. We we got so much mage power right here that, like, these tankier boys, like, are just not gonna have... They're not gonna have a fun time, shall we say? They're really gonna be cool. Oh, well, now they got 2 mages, so Gilbert's probably dead. But that's okay, because Gilbert doesn't count as a part of our people, so even if he does end up dying, he'll come back later. So we don't have to worry about keeping him alive. It will just delay how many people end up coming for us eventually.
This is our chance.
Oh, we managed to get hit by that? Killed. Hey, you gotta get hit. Alright, so Gilbert might die off a lot quicker than I thought he would. Although I think he might have like a bald area or something on him. In which case he'll be alright, more or less. You double? You not double? Alright then. You have poison. I mean, a gambit certainly wouldn't be bad here. Huber, you got a gambit, don't you? Oh yeah, see? Come on, just do Huber.
My plan is flawless. How humiliating.
You can't kill other units with your gambits that aren't the person you actually target. Even if it hits other people, like, it would have killed this guy, but it left him with 1 HP. Which is kind of annoying at times, but helpful in others. That armor isn't doing you too well against
I'd rather be
magic.
napping.
Right makes might, right?
Of course, Petra's out of range now, but that's... Can you just, like, one-shot this guy? Oh, yeah. Oh.
Now you know your limits.
Would rather not play around with the mages if at all possible.
Only a fool challenges me.
Of course, now you hit level 10.
Greatness awaits.
He's really on about that strength and speed stuff. If I send back the lance, I think it's gonna auto-equip me something else. No, okay, so people are just gonna go punch him in the face for this turn? Ah, well, you hate to see it. But considering he broke his lance, I mean, look, what do they want from me? 33% chance for 19 damage? I mean, it's not like it's bad damage. But it's also 5 uses if I miss them. You can double? I can only imagine it's because I'm using a steel bow, so my weight or whatever is gonna go up as a result.
Thought you could win.
I have an idea.
Let's think carefully.
Well, Gilbert's doing exactly what I need him to do. Although he's kind of dead right here because he's not going to be able to heal in time.
I have yet to be forgiven. For now, I must retreat.
Alright, so all those guys behind me are now going to be after me, so we got to keep running. Gonna need to make a little bit more of a move on here. Oh, level 2 HP. I was so convinced that that was gonna kill that. I was like, yeah, dude, just go for it. What could go wrong? What, like it's not gonna kill? And then it didn't kill. Petra, fix what he couldn't if you would.
Witness frigid pride.
Well, should probably have you heal at some point. You really can't double this, man. Really, Dorothea? Come on, man. I still need sword usage for you, so let's... You hit harder than I thought you would. I guess you are fighting class, though.
It's a long road yet.
These levels are good, but, like, it might... Like, she exclusively gets anything but, like, defense, which is certainly gonna bite me later, I'm sure. His minor crest activated, so we healed a little bit more there. At least more than we would have otherwise.
You were wide open.
I want to be all I can. I mean, I'll take speed anytime. Speed is absolutely a stat you need in this game. Like, one of the most important stats, even.
Well done.
Well, that's just
Here we go. Attack them from both sides.
It's an ambush.
You don't say, Gilbert. At least they don't get the attack the turn that they spawn. That was certainly not the way in the old Fire Emblems. They would just spring stuff like that on you, and they're like, have fun dealing with it. And you're like, oh, I just lost somebody because you randomly sprung something on me that I didn't even have at least a turn to help, like, deal with the new change within the situation. They're like, don't just deal with it. And you're like, oh, okay, I guess somebody's dying here. I still gotta be moving faster than this. They are certainly gonna start catching up to me here. Dorothea is just kind of wiping everything.
All roses have thorns.
You reach that Petra first, yeah. Well, I tried to give you the kill. Ferdinand, I don't think you can kill. Yeah, no, you still got too much HP. Hubert, you want to do things? I know you can one-shot because you're Hubert and you just, like, don't care about any of these guys. You know, unless you miss a 94% chance to hit, you know, in which case, then we have to do stuff like this.
Well,
in which case, I gotta keep feeding people that don't need kills, and then people start falling behind because of it, and then it's just a whole series of things. Excuse me? You're back yet? We just killed you off. You serious? Alright, I mean, if you want to get forms, don't mind if I do. I really can't double here. I don't want to use my bandits on these guys. I mean, Bernadette, I should be able to finish this.
I thought I was dead.
How? He wasn't even next to you. How did you think you were gonna die from that? Oh, Bernadette. Here, take the free kill. You earned it.
Must be awful losing to me.
But, like, we also have to keep making progress, otherwise these guys are gonna catch up to us. So if you guys would, you know, like, move out a little quicker, that'd be great. Hubert can probably just snipe that knight from over here. I just have to hold the guard and bait him out here. I mean, if these guys are so insistent on coming after me, I might just ambush them with like everybody right here and then just deal with it. You know what? That's what we're gonna go with. If they're so insistent on death, then why shouldn't I greet with it?
Thanks for helping.
A little bit of free XP in there as well. Wait, we got 5 people against 4? That should be worth it. We should win with that, right? You would think, anyways. Come on, come out here. You know you want to. Oh no, please don't hit her. No, possibly. What could... Oh no. You missed anyways. The fact that you were gonna hit me for 20 though, there's spooky. Casper, we gotta get you to 10 already, man. But like, you're so weak. You're so weak. Like, I'm pretty sure you're gonna leave this guy with 1 HP, even if I try and get you to deal with him now. I would have to combat arts with the axe to make it happen. That's only gonna do 1 hit. That is not the other skill I was thinking of. Not a word. You're just kind of ruining my gear faster, which I'd prefer if you didn't. But I don't think I've got much of a choice in this issue. You've got like 17 resistance or something like that. You don't care about other mages. Like, you're gonna do you, and they're gonna have to deal with it. Oh boy, that's really not gonna be enough to kill. Ah, of course you're gonna live to like doing 3. Psych, her crest activated. Alright, there we go. Those guys are still gonna come after me. I mean, at this point, these guys should be able to take them, but I'll leave myself there just in case. How's your sword working? You still need so much more with your sword, huh? Alright. Yeah, that hurts a little bit.
Failure is not an option.
Got an accuracy ring? Oh, you definitely need this. You absolutely need an accuracy ring. We're gonna have to heal you at some point, but that's what we got physic and whatnot for, so that'll... 0 damage. And you're supposed to be a mage. Look at all that 0 damage.
Try again.
You got physical damage, you can launch it. Nope. Alright. Why do you guys have so much HP as mages? Then again, I guess Linhardt has 30 HP already too as a mage. Like, I think one of my mages, like, when I finished the game, had less than 40 HP at, like, level 40 or something, in which case it was like, how is this possible? But it happened. So. I can't leave Casper up to get this kill. I'm just gonna take it.
Wow, amazing.
And we don't have to worry about any more mages coming from that way. Eldegard still needs a heal. Except we don't have any heals on you now. You do have your accuracy ring though. There is that. You're gonna get hit by 4 people? I don't know about that one. 2 people, 2 we can work with. 4 people, hey, you know, start crossing the line a little bit there. We do have seal speed on, so you shouldn't be getting doubled by this guy. We even end up doubling him as a result. Yeah, seal speed's pretty good. Ah, keep moving. The thing we should have been doing this whole time, but of course Gilbert had to go and die early to like those noobs. Like, really, Gilbert? Not in range for a physical yet. Probably should be running her back towards it. Here, you can one-shot this guy, right? No, apparently not. No, because you only have access to Meyer at that range. That makes more sense. Alright, so how about we do this instead, then? We have you weaken, and then we'll just have Hubert clean it up. You're not gonna get, like, new prey here? No? Okay.
Flame Spirit, protect me.
And now we got you at 10, so once we finish this, we can class change you. But it has to wait until after this fight. Because unfortunately, you can only class change on your days off or whatever, like back when we're at the monastery.
This is harder than expected.
That was an absolutely horrible level. Oh boy. We were doing so good for a little bit, Hubert, and then you threw it all away. Once we're able to start recruiting people, Casper is probably getting left behind at this point. Like, he doesn't do enough of anything well.
A great help.
Cleared out those guys, so now we've got pretty much free reign to just move on ahead here. I'll move you down this way, so at least you'll be in range of our healers, so we can just heal you on the run over.
Well done.
We're not running low in heals, but we're definitely not at where we used to be with them. Shouldn't be a huge concern, considering how many we have left at the end of this, but we'll probably save some just in case. They're not really sending any more reinforcements after us, which is good. That could have gone much worse if that was the case. You're back to full, which is like perfect. Because we're probably gonna need you quite a bit for this part, just for your damage, if anything. We've got 10 defense. How much damage they do? They have 11 strength, though. They're still not going to get, like, too hit hard at the end of the day for that. But I guess we'll just let everybody regroup here real quick. That way we make sure we've got access to everyone we need to, so that way we don't run into the problems of, I need this extra damage, but I have nobody else here to give it. That's how you end up getting people killed, is when you just like run too far forward without having the requirements met of not getting yourselves killed. might move up just a little bit more. Nope, don't do that. Alright. If we actually had a movement allowance, this wouldn't have taken as long as it did, but we're getting they can target me, that's fine. Between my speed and at least having halfway decent defense, it shouldn't hurt that
Back to the
bad.
fray. It started.
We got our authority up a little bit, which is okay. It's nothing crazy at this point. Oh, we're making progress towards it. That's what's up. We can let these two be right here because they're gonna bait everybody out, and then we can kill them with Myers and Thorons. And for a little more than I was expecting it to. Good old Ferdinand being our temporary punching bag. I could let myself get the kill, but that's not really what I'm looking for. You can double me? Excuse you? Bernadette, we're gonna need you to get some more speed here if that's the case. I gave you the healing magic, fair enough. At some point I stopped using that healing gambit. Not because it was bad, I just had so many healers at that point that it didn't really matter. I had a ton of mages. Like, a lot of mages when I finished our Blue Lions playthrough. In which case, I probably had like 5 different healers. So, like, damage really wasn't a thing unless it was a one-shot. Which is a nice feeling.
Oh! I'm shocked you made it easy.
You really not get access to this guy. I really can't. Oh my, he's even gonna live with 1 HP if I let Ferdinand deal with it. Alright, I guess I'll have to take a kill for myself.
You didn't give it your all.
Hold on. Oh, please, anything but more XP for me. Get all these heals going out here before we end up fighting him, considering he's got a hero's relic over there. Gotta get everybody in on this. He's a tanky boy. We have mages for that, though. We have multiple mages for that, even, in which case this shouldn't be as bad as what it has been before.
Back to the fray.
And move ourselves up just a little bit more to make sure we can get more or less everyone in here. Alright. Hubert, do Hubert things if you will. You have the range that he should. Oh, you could just one-shot him? Ah, well, okay then.
So, you think you can take the lance from me, huh? I'll kill you. I'll kill every last one of you!
You and one arm. Didn't even plan to hit. You got one shot. 20 magic. Why do you hit so hard? 20 magic?
Not bad for your kind. A
What's
bunch
that
of
supposed
spoiled,
to
rotten
be?
children. What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, I can't really blame him for running out of there when you see something like that.
No! Ah!
Ooh. Well, if he wasn't dead already. Who tells me getting thrown into the wall behind you probably did it.
That form. Oh my. Is this your first time fighting such a thing?
No, it isn't actually.
Such is the fate of one whose life is corrupted by a crest stone. How pitiable. The least...
You can already reach from all the way over there, which is scary. 25 damage for yeah, no. How about you come to me, and then I'll deal with you? How about we do... How about that? 25 damage for free? No thank you. Yeah, we got all of our tanks lined up, so we can at least walk it off, more or less. Go ahead and throw out the heal. You have the range anyway, so we may as well go ahead and throw the heals out for you. Apparently that was enough to get a level.
Growth is a part of life.
Not exactly a great level. Strength in somebody that's all magic is not necessarily what you consider fantastic, but hey, it's something. Okay, you're actually just gonna sit there? Alright then. If that's the case, buff everybody's movement speed so that way we can get everybody over there this turn instead of having it staggered.
Well done.
And then it's like, how do we want to go about this? You have an HP bar, you can go over there. 17. He's got some baby rage on him, that's... Hubert, if you want to do Hubert things, that'd be... I did lower his speed, which is real nice. Yeah, even with lowering his speed, apparently it was gross. I guess you didn't get the movement speed buff because you're nowhere where I need you to be. 1 and 30 for 51% chance. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Strength and defense. Of course you get all those levels after the thing happens. I totally read that wrong and that was supposed to be 7, but I read it 7 and it ended up being 6. So, yeah, that's gonna hurt a bit. Petra, we're gonna have to hope that you don't die here. How much are you doing? 22 and I have 14. I can throw a heal and it'll be just enough, and you're still gonna be at, like, death's door by the end of it.
You inspire.
Well, you'll at least live through a turn. Did I really not double you there? Double with crit? Of course, your thing didn't activate there, which is not great. With an iron sword, we can bully you? Ah, well, you actually landed that. How do you land the 23% chance to hit this man hit it? Oh. Oh my gosh. Really? Of course. Because of course.
Stay focused.
I guess I should gambit you, so that way you actually turn your attention towards me, so that that way that does.
It's time.
I didn't want to use Gambit. Because somebody decided they wanted to get hit by the 58% chance to hit.
Predictable.
Oh, really? This time you learned how to dodge. Oh, okay.
That's my cue.
Casper just chilling out in the middle there, wondering what is life.
I will get the victory.
52% chance. Yeek. That's so off.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
I really not have anything to just down him right. There we go. I mean, like, rips my steel landing usage. Of course, if you just hit the crit without me having to do it, I wouldn't have to worry about weapon durability so much, but here we are. There we go. Now we gotta kill him before he gets this far. We did get the steel speed on him, in which case we should be better off now.
As you wish.
Do I not have Meyer Bees left? I guess not. That's... yeah, that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. You not in range for Thunder? I guess...
I will prevail.
Oh, okay, you know, just crit it, right, don't you? Hey, other guard making life real easy with that crit right there. What are these cursed levels every time?
Goddess, the beast is gone, yet Miquelon and the lance remain.
It is done. Let's retrieve the lance and depart at once.
Yeah, MVP with the crit for the win, for sure. 66 damage crit this early.
That man, his form was changed. It was as though that lance was swallowing him whole.
It was. Did you not see the
On that
cutscene?
side, it makes sense that your students were upset.
Yeah, I would be too.
Relics truly hide such power. Yet even still, that power seems familiar. That form as well. As one who wields the sword of the Creator, does that mean you possess that power too?
Maybe?
Professor, you have returned. The goddess is indeed generous with her divine protection. I have already heard Gilbert's report about what happened. See to it that you keep what transpired at the tower to yourself. People would lose faith in the nobles should rumors spread of one using a relic and transforming into a monster. All regions
It seems weird that you want to silence me, but you know, at least you're not executing me in order to silence me, so I guess I'll
you
work
understand
with
that as well. Have I made myself clear?
Of course.
His transformation into a black beast was nothing short of divine punishment from the goddess.
Ah, yes, just
punishment for someone
the
arrogant
goddess
and
for
foolish enough
everything,
to use a hero's relic, even though they were unworthy and unqualified.
You knew?
Of course. That is why we rushed to recover it. Sadly, we did not arrive in time. The church will formally return the lance to House Gautier, if you would.
I don't know if I should give this
You have
back
my
to the people
gratitude.
that just lost.
I can see that I was right to trust you with this. Please report back. I will tell you of your new mission for the coming moon at that time.
It feels wrong that I should, I don't know, give them back
assume
the
the
lance
Archbishop
that they
was pleased
just
with your
lost,
performance.
you know, so they can
Did you
lose it
return the
again.
Lance of
Maybe I
Ruin?
should keep it with me. Did I return it? I returned it, yeah.
I keep thinking about what Gilbert told us.
About the house?
Yes. Miklon was discarded by his family because he was born without a crest. Eventually, he became a masterful thief and gathered enough ruffians to capture a fortress. Right or wrong, he was a gifted leader. He could have been a great asset to Fódlan. What a waste! It's true that a crest can increase your magical abilities and allow you to wield the full might of a hero's relic. But one cannot measure a leader's worth based solely on whether or not they bear a crest. There are plenty of talented people in this world without one.
Yeah. I completely agree.
People believe crests are blessings from the goddess, that they're necessary to maintain order in Fódlan. But the people are wrong. Crests are to blame for this brutal, irrational world we live in.
That's a bit of
Their
a
power
step
is
too
granted
far.
only to a select few, whom we elevate and allow to rule the world. Have you ever wondered if the only way to create a truly free world is to dispense with the goddess and the crests? Do that, and people will have no choice but to rise and fall by their own merits.
I do like that idea.
Lady Edelgard, I question whether you revealed too much to the professor.
Perhaps I did.
Excuse me?
It is true that our teacher possesses a rare talent. Even I cannot deny it. The ability to wield the sword of the Creator is concerning.
I've already explained this to you. My power alone is insufficient. That's why I'm borrowing power from those people. If our teacher can wield it in my stead, I believe that would be for the best.
It's a risk. A dangerous one. You leave me no choice but to take matters into my own hands. Please excuse me.
I can't hide from the truth. I can't do all that I must on my own. If all I can rely on is my own ambition, my path won't be easy. Is it so risky to reach out my hand? Father, I swear I will not stop until I succeed. My regret, my grief, my whole life, I've thrown it all away into the darkness.
Professor, you have done well to complete such a difficult task. You have shown exceptional skill in leading your students. I am forever grateful for the safe return of the hero's relic. Just as I expected,
I would have liked
you
to have that
mastered the
relic. I
sword of the
probably should have
Creator.
kept it for myself, which I did
Now
do
then,
on my Blue
I shall
Lions
tell you about your
playthrough.
mission for the coming
When she's
month.
like, "Oh, you're gonna
Right.
return this, right?" And I was like, "Nah." And she's
Sethis,
like, "You
what
what?"
troubles you?
And then Sylvain came
Fling is
through, and then
missing.
he's like,
I
"This
cannot
is
find her
my
anywhere.
lands. Can I have
Professor,
it?" And then
have you
she's
seen
like,
Fling
"Oh yeah,
recently?
okay." So then I actually still would have had access to it,
I have
but
searched
I didn't
everywhere.
think that
Where
they
could
would
she
steal it
be?
away from me
She may
if I
be
had
in
changed
danger.
my responses,
No,
but they
no,
did.
no, what am
So
I to
that's
do?
nice to know.
Calm
At least it
yourself,
made
Sethis.
impact. Unfortunately, it
we
made
shall
it for the
continue our
worst
discussion
because
another
now I
time.
don't have another hero relic to work with. But I did the right thing, so that counts for something, right? Yeah, 100%. And the moral victory and all that, even though I was just cleaning up somebody else's
Part
mess,
1.
but
White clouds. Horsebow moon. Rumors of a reaper. As cold air begins to creep in from the north of Fargus, Fódlan welcomes the riches of fall. The women spend their days reaping the golden fields, gratefully embracing the bounty the goddess has once again provided. The men venture into the wilds with horse bows and empty sacks ready to be filled with game.
sounds like a pretty good time.
As I believe you are already aware, Seteth's younger sister Flame has gone missing. At present,
And
all we
you
know for
may
certain
be
is
aware,
that she
yes.
has not left Garrick Mach.
Flame is not the type of person to just wander off on her own without telling me where she is going. We have searched the monastery thoroughly, but have found nothing. I am now mobilizing the knights to begin searching the town. Troubling rumors have been running rampant lately. I do not wish to consider the worst, but
There are rumors of someone prowling the streets and attacking innocents.
So you
night after
guys
night.
knew about
The
this,
Knights
and
have
you did
investigated
nothing
the
about
matter.
it. And then
They have
now
not
that
discovered
somebody
any
of
remains, nor
importance
have they
has
found
been
any
kidnapped,
concrete
all of a
evidence.
sudden now it's an issue.
the people are panicked.
Interesting how
They
that
all
works out.
insist someone called the Death Knight is coming to claim their souls with his blade. There is no way she could have escaped unscathed if she were captured by such a fiend. Where is she?
Seteth, recall that impatience begets error. Please do your best to calm yourself. I think of your sister as family as well. You know that. You have my support. We will devote ourselves fully, mind, body, and soul, to recovering her. Professor, your mission for this month is to help find Flame. The Knights have the town covered, so I ask that you focus your efforts on searching the monastery again. We do not have time to waste. You have your orders.
Flame has gone missing? Most unsettling.
It doesn't seem likely that she's simply gotten lost. I'll help in any way that I can.
So, our mission this month is to find her? Well then, let us hurry and locate her before anyone else.
I hope Flame is okay. What would happen if... Just what would we do if... You can't think like that, Byrne. Seteth would have a heart attack if he heard you.
I've heard that she has a crest, but I suppose for this moment that's
Flame
irrelevant.
has a crest,
We'll start
you
by
say.
gathering information.
Interesting.
Someone must
So
have
they're
seen
stealing
Flame
people
recently.
with crests.
Right. If we work together, I'm certain we'll find her.
Now, why would that be? Petra's birthday? I mean, I don't really want to listen to Petra, but hey, we're here now.
You have my thanks. I have gratitude. It's needing sweetness. What?
You're doing great work?
Inspirational. What?
Favorite sweets? You like sweet? Apparently you don't like sweets. Alright then.
What?
A new gambit?
I am in agreement.
Dude, just throwing one of those out there.
I will be waiting.
Alright, you know, 2 out of 3. Especially for Petra. Hey, we got the charm out of it anyways. I've gotten more charmed stuff out of like this early than I did what feels like the entire rest of the playthrough that I had in the other one. But that's where we're gonna call it for this stream here. I didn't get to look into the bot at all because I had the house stuff going on. So, but down underneath, I've got my Twitter, my YouTube channel, as well as my Discord link down there in the panels. Go ahead and check those out. Just a nice, short, sweet sellout for today, anyways. Follow me on Twitch if you guys are liking this stuff. That way they'll notify you and whatnot. Follow me on Twitter so that way you guys know when I'll be streaming, as that's generally where I post it. I'll also post it in Discord if we get people in there. And then I've got my YouTube channel, which is down there in the links, which if this is the first time you guys are watching, we've got a whole bunch of stuff on there. We've got Resident Evil, we've got Dark Souls, we've got Bloodborne, we've got Elden Ring, we've got Pokemon on there, just pretty much whatever you can think of. We got like 700 hours or so of like streaming content on there, so by all means go ahead and check that out. With all that being said, you guys have a good one, and we'll see about tomorrow. I honestly have no idea. With that being said, see ya.